these buying clubs, is there a maximum or minimum number of people?
So our number is really determined by space. We have a $7,000 order from United Natural Foods, and that's just one of our vendors. When you start having all of the goods in one room, you are overwhelmed by the space it takes up. You have to organize by member, so because when we're breaking down a case of canned pumpkin, and I'm getting 2 cans, and Chris is getting 4 cans, and Mark's getting 4 cans, and some other member is getting 2 cans, you know, you have, and that's just the pumpkins, the canned pumpkin. Then you go to the flour, and I'm getting 15 pounds of flour, and I mean, its spaces are a limitation. Oh yeah, that's right, we do have pictures. I forgot about those, Chris.
I mean, this is what the room looks like.
So we set up chairs and put name tags on chairs and kind of deliver everyone's items to their chairs. Another limitation is based on the software. And Food Club, the software that we use, it's not the software that limits us, it's the amount of time that it takes for somebody to coordinate the invoicing at the end of, I shouldn't say the end of the day, it's the beginning of the day, because they have to do it early in the morning on the day of our delivery. And with all of the vendors that we have, the job becomes bigger and bigger in combination with the number of members. So really, well, Chris, you can speak to having a small buying club.
Yeah, that was something I really wanted to stress to you guys. Granby Food Co-op is an amazing opportunity to be part of, but it's just one model. Granby Food Co-op is big, it's 45 plus families, and it is run like a very well-oiled machine. It is a business, but you don't need to do that. I mean, if you have a few neighbors on your street and you have similar, you know, eating interests or similar lifestyle habits as far as your cleaning products or, you know, the pet food you want to buy or these types of things, or, you know, you and some of your family members get together and you talk about, you know, certain farms that you like to support, that's all you need. You need a few people. Long time ago when I had my youngest kids, I belonged to a food buying club in Simsbury that probably had, I don't know, probably around 40 families, give or take. And then I think that one was kind of breaking apart a little bit, and I ended up breaking away from that. And at that point in time, I knew a few other families that had small children, and we decided to start our own. That was back in the day when United Natural Foods was open to new buying clubs being formed. They did have dollar minimums, which they do still have today. But because there were 4 families, and we had probably a dozen kids between us, we had a lot of eaters, we had no problem splitting cases of things or 50-pound bags of flour and, you know, 50 pounds of potatoes and this type of thing, because we only met once a month. But since we've evolved with the Granby Food Co-op, and we've really been trying to support local much more than the other outer vendors, it's just, it works out fantastic. But I still see that you don't need 40 families to do this. You can just do it with your own immediate family, a few friends, a few neighbors. You decide as a group what types of businesses you want to support. If organic is a priority for you, or if farms that are practicing biological growing is important to you, you go out and you talk to your local farmers, you go to your farmers markets and farm stands, and you choose which businesses and which farms you want to patronize. And then you just can talk with them and set up what sort of bulk buying opportunities they might have. One example I wanted to give was the George Hall Farm. This is one of the farms we use as a vendor. And I talked to Darren today and I asked him for a quote, you know, how do you feel as a farmer it is working with us, with a buying club like Granby Co-op? You know, is this a good thing for you? Is it a pain in the neck at times? How's it working out? And he said he enjoys working with Granby Co-op. He likes that we're highly organized and it's simple. He said the hardest part is actually typing the list of produce to send to us each month. He said it's very convenient to get the order a day ahead, which is how we do it. And then he picks it fresh for us. We make it easy on the farms, as Mark said. We go to the farms and pick up. We pay them right then and there, no making them wait for their pay. And it works out great. And it helps them move crops in certain times of the season. You might be overflowing with kale or have way too many onions or, whatever the crop is that you have an abundance of, and you'd like to see someone using it. And, the farm might not mind bringing the price down a little bit if you can get a large amount. And a large amount could be 10 pounds, which is too much for one person, but when you're splitting it, no problem. So there's cash discounts that you can get by buying in bulk, and also you're helping each other out.